part of the process for replacing brake pads and discs, you should always check the brake fluid level and condition. Change the fluid if necessary and drain a small amount as required to allow for the fluid returning from the pistons as they're retracted. Now raise the vehicle. Remove the wheels and inspect the rims for damage and the tyres for any abnormal wear or damage. Note that when removing the brake caliper, some vehicles may have a pad wear indicator which will also need to be disconnected. Use suitable tools when unbolting the brake caliper. When removing the caliper, ensure that you do not place too much strain on the brake hose and secure the brake caliper using the hook provided in the febi.bilstein brush set. If any parts are stuck, always ensure the correct tools are used to remove them. Unbolt the caliper carrier. When removing the brake discs, it is advisable not to use excessive force such as striking them with a hammer, as this can cause damage to the wheel hub and wheel bearings, as well as failure of the ABS sensor. Now remove the pads and guide plates, ensuring that you do not apply too much force when removing them. To avoid any damage, only push the brake piston back using the correct tools and then clean the brake caliper. Inspect the caliper for damage, paying particular attention to the protective dust cover and the caliper slider guides. Inspect all surrounding parts and components for wear and damage. These include steering and suspension parts, bushes, bearings, brake hoses and pipes, wiring and connectors, ABS sensors, shock absorbers and springs. Worn suspension parts can cause vibration when braking, and defective shock absorbers can extend the braking distance. It is advisable to inspect the old discs and pads, as wear patterns can give you an indication of underlying faults with adjacent components. Always thoroughly clean the wheel hub and ensure all corrosion is removed, as an uneven surface can lead to problems with braking, such as judder. Once cleaned, measure the hub for runout with a dial gauge to ensure you have an even surface. Some new brake discs may be supplied with an oil-based protective coating, which will need to be removed before fitting. Clean the caliper carrier. Apply ceramic paste to the contact surfaces of the caliper carrier and guide plates where fitted. You should inspect and clean the wheel fixings and replace any that appear worn or damaged. Refit the caliper carrier, ensuring the bolts are correctly tightened to the vehicle manufacturer's recommended torque setting. Apply ceramic paste to the contact surfaces of the brake pads, being careful not to get any on the friction surfaces. The new brake pads should fit easily into the carriers without the need to apply any force. Refit the caliper, ensuring it is tightened to the correct torque as outlined by the vehicle manufacturer. Reconnect the brake pad wear indicator. When refitting the wheels, do not use an impact wrench. Lower the vehicle before tightening the bolts to the correct torque as outlined by the manufacturer. Press the brake pedal until normal pedal pressure is felt. Check the brake fluid level and top up if required. Finally, take the vehicle for a test drive to ensure correct operation of the braking system.